Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ring now from Mongolia, Choi!
Well, what else is there to add? One of the real great characters of British boxing, Choi, with his effervescent manager Spencer Fearon in tow as well. You can't miss these fellas. One with the outlandish headgear, one with the 100-mile-an-hour motor mouth. These two fellas really make an impact, but the thing you love about Choi is he delivers in the ring as well, just like Spencer Fearon did in his fighting days. The big question, though, is, Jim, 41 years old, can he do 3 minutes every round for 12 rounds, or is that engine going to start wearing down at some point?
Well, I think he's lived a life, his whole life, a little bit like Bernard Hopkins, if you like. I mean, what a career he's had. He's been a pro since 1996. You look through his record, he's never had the red carpet treatment, he's dodged nobody, and he has some really impressive scalps on his records. Coming back from a loss at the moment, but again, he did the full distance. He's a warrior, he leaves everything he has, and this is going to be a cracking fight.
With the Mongolian flag there as well. Hey, when you're related to Genghis Khan, as Glenn McCrory knows, well, you must be something a bit special.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Scotland, John Simpson!
Well, it's always a pleasure to see this fella in a boxing ring. War after war after war. Sometimes he gets on the end of a wrong decision. There's been 3 or 4 of those. Sometimes you think this guy never gets a break. And as in the song, he goes down, he gets back up again, mentally speaking. You can't keep him down for long. When he lost to Lee Selby, stopped on a body shot. We thought that was the end. He thought it was the end. He announced his retirement. Came back, though, at super featherweight, hungry for more. And he's been talking about if he wins this one, maybe there might even be a shot at a world title in the future for one of the most honest boxers in British boxing, John Simpson. Well, 41 years old now, Choi, but still supremely fit. But you just wonder at what point that is going to start breaking down. Simpson, 29, a battle-hardened 29 as well. 33 fights. He seems to go in championship fights every other contest as well. A lot of rounds on John Simpson's clock. Well, how do the bookies see this one? They see John Simpson odds on to win it. Choi 6-5 to win. Fancy the knockout, though. Well, you get good odds on that because these two are so tough. They will go toe-to-toe for the full 12 rounds. That's how the bookmakers see it anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Sport proudly presents part of the Betfair's Fighting Pride of Scotland, 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant WBC International Super Featherweight Championship. Sponsored by Betfair and Settle for Less, Tenants and Advanced Construction Scotland. And we are live on Sky Sports HD. All the officials have been appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control and the Scottish Area Council, Bernard Connolly and Derry Trainer. The WBC fight supervisor is the General Secretary of the British Boxing Board of Control, Mr. Charlie Giles. Timekeeper at the bell from Glasgow, Mr. Ricky Gilmore. Our 3 scoring judges: Steve Gray of Fleetwood, England, Terry O'Connor of Birmingham, England, and Kenny Pringle of Hamilton, Scotland. The referee in charge of the action from Paisley, Scotland, and one of the leading referees in the world today, Victor Locklear. And now, introducing to you He's fighting out of the red corner wearing the blue and red trunks trimmed with white. Weighed in at 9 stone, 1 pound, 8 ounces, 42 fight record, 36 wins, 24 inside the scheduled distance, and just 6 defeats. He comes to the ring as the acclaimed prize fighter champion. Ladies and gentlemen, from Mongolia, it's time to meet the Iron Monk, Choi! Across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks trimmed with green. Weighed in at 9 stone and 3 pounds, and a 33 fight record, 24 wins, 11 inside the scheduled distance, and just 90 feet. Coming to the ring as a former British Commonwealth Super Featherweight champion and the winner of the coveted Lord Gonzales Challenge belt. Ladies and gentlemen, from Greenock, Scotland, John Simpson! So the waiting's over. It's 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant WBC International Super Featherweight Contest.
John. Okay, gents, you've had your instructions in the dressing room. Remember, obey my commands at all time. Defend yourselves at all time. God bless. Let's do it. Touch them.
The one thing you can say with any certainty about this one is they won't have to go and find each other. These two fellas do not have a reverse gear. They come for a war. They love to fight. And the strategy from Simpson is very simple. He doesn't believe, and his camp don't believe, that Choi at 41 can handle tempo for too long. Let's see if that pans out, because Choi in his last fight did go the 12-round championship limit. Didn't get a win, but put up a good performance in Singapore.
See, I think when we speak about John Simpson, too often we speak about his toughness, his hardness, and the real tough fights he's been in. But he also has skills. I mean, I always remember the night against Martin Lindsay. I thought he was phenomenal that night. I mean, at the time we thought Martin Lindsay was the pick of the bunch in Britain. And he outboxed him, he outfought him, just fought in little bursts. So I think maybe Simpson will be thinking along those lines tonight. I don't believe he'll want to fight Choi's kind of fight. Choi can be a little bit crude at times. He'll make plenty of mistakes. So I would expect Simpson to be nice and tight, because remember, he still has dreams of chasing world titles.
Yes, that fight against Martin Lindsay, he was a big underdog in that one. It was an upset. And it was in Lindsay's backyard as well. It was as good a performance as John Simpson's ever put together. But here's Choi going hunting for his man.
Yeah, 3 good shots there from Choi. Getting close to Simpson without any problem.
Simpson back with his old trainer, his original guy, Danny Lee. And Paul Weir in his corner as well, a former world champion from these parts. But Andy Armour has been brought in for strength and conditioning. That was a nice left to the body there from Choi.
This is a good start from Choi, just what you'd expect from him. He doesn't go in thinking about 12 rounds. This is really an impressive start from Choi.
It is, he's set a tempo.
See, sometimes like fighters go into the ring expecting a long 12-round fight, and they don't get off the mark quickly enough, and that might be the case with Simpson, whereas Choi is the opposite. He's right off the starting blocks, down to work.
And slipping a lot of Simpson's work as well, just spearing a jab home there, Choi. That was a bit better from Simpson, and the left hand in.
Choi showing some nice little feints before he lets the punches go, showing a little bit of technique of his own. Good stuff again.
Yeah, there's more to Choi's game than just slugging as well, thinking his way through this one. Again, a body shot left to the body got through there. I wonder if they're thinking, look, that's how Lee Selby took this fella out. Maybe there's a weakness around the Simpson midsection. Well, it's a very positive start, this from Choi.
Yep, we've seen some good responses from Simpson, but the work you're remembering comes from Choi.
fine-tuning being done in the Simpson corner.
Yeah, well, Choi perfectly happy to commit himself, take the chances, and he got the reward. Some good body work there.
Danny Lee was saying to John Simpson, you've got to establish a jab, you've got to remember your distance, and that's keep your distance from this fella. Don't stand there with him, you can do that later on. And the idea is get Choi moving. And let's see if Simpson A listens and B is able to implement that game plan. Certainly a very encouraging start for the 41-year-old. He's been in this country for around 12 or 13 years now. And now we're starting to see the bombs go.
See, that was Simpson reacting the way we expect him to react, but he's making more mistakes. He's making too many mistakes.
This is Choi's kind of fight. Simpson doesn't want to get drawn into this.
See, that was the macho switch got thrown there in Simpson's mind, and he started firing back when he should be covering up. Come off second, now he's hurt with that shot. That was a good solid shot. You saw the reaction there.
Shortened up that left hook as well. They followed up Choi. This is really good stuff from him. Simpson feels the body shot, the right hand. I'm sure Danny Lee will be screaming at him about that when he goes back to his corner at the end of this round. He doesn't want to get involved in that kind of tear-up with Choi.
See, the one thing you need is a cool head, and I don't think Simpson showed it there. He wanted to fire back. His pride was hurt, and all he did was make more mistakes and took more punishment. Choi getting a little bit wild now. He knows he's hurt Simpson, taking the chances again.
Simpson struggling with his accuracy a little bit. Just needs to kind of get this a bit more fine-tuned. Oh, the jabs are missing here. That was better.
See, it's difficult with Choi because it's not really Simpson's style to move around the ring. You know, he likes to stand his ground, either attack or counter, but there's not a lot of movement in his boxing. And probably in the early rounds against Choi, you want a bit more movement.
This is a little bit better from Simpson, but Choi looking trying to cut down the distance between them again. And this is where Choi wants his man. Simpson able to tie him up. And now it's the Scot looking to try and force the tempo.
Well, if Simpson can move forward, it would take a lot away from Choi. Choi needs really to be coming forward himself to be effective. But Simpson's like he's caught with a body shot there.
And Choi's been working these body shots. And he's staying down there as well.
Looking to grab Simpson. He's in bad shape at the moment.
Yeah, he's feeling this. He needed to hear that bell.
Well, Simpson did come back with some good responses, but it had no effect on Choi, and he was the one at the end of the round who was holding on. Struggling.
It really was. And watch out for those body shots. Choi's landed 4 or 5 solid punches. And Simpson was starting to feel them. The other thing that I've noticed, Jim, is Simpson's accuracy is just off at the moment. Hasn't been able to establish his radar at all.
Yeah, and to add to that, when it does land, it doesn't seem to discourage Choi. Choi's able to come through it.
Well, this isn't going according to the script. Not for these fans. What can Simpson do? There again, right to the body. Bang! You felt it from here. Choi continuing to attack.
See, Choi has the appearance at the moment of being the boss. He's the one forcing things. Simpson's having to box out of his skin, you know, just to keep himself in there. Good work there from Simpson.
Yeah, that was much better as he switched the attack downstairs. And again, Simpson missing. And he tries to. There's a left missing as well. He's just off target all the time at the moment, Simpson. Very little going in. Talking of off target. Choi loaded up and missed. Double jab. First one blocked, second one gets through. And again, Simpson trying to find some clean punches, and not many coming from him.
He's making a little bit of space between himself and Choi at the moment, and that's important. That's the first thing he has to learn to do, get a little bit of space. Choi was all over him for a couple of rounds. This is better for Simpson. Okay, as you say, not all the punches are landing, but there's space to work now.
Body shot double ups, it's that body shot. And I think Spencer Fearon and the team have looked at that tape of Simpson against Lee Selby. That's how Selby took him out. They're testing him. And now Simpson looking to try and mount a response of his own here.
Now this is good from Simpson, but I think he's having to commit himself earlier than he wanted to in this fight. And he just cannot discourage Choi, but no one ever has.
Yeah, Choi's motor is relentless. Just keeps coming. And Simpson's got to try and find something to slow him down. And Choi taking a big breather here.
It's a different fight altogether when Simpson can command the centre of the ring and push Choi back. Choi loops his punch, he swings a bit, so he wants to be coming forward. So this is good stuff from Simpson. He's had to dig in, had to use up a lot of steam because he needed a big round, but I think he's had it so far.
Not long to go. A little cuffing left hook coming in from Choi. Simpson trying to block it off. But Simpson will be encouraged by that. They are happier in this corner now. That was a much better round for John Simpson.
It was a good round, Nick, but he used up a lot having it, but it was needed. He did what was required there.
So Choi with the first couple of rounds in the bank. Simpson with a good response. We go into round 4. This one boiling up. And Simpson looking for that distance now. You saw Choi try to land the right hand to the body. Simpson wasn't there for it. Oh, he was there for that though. Choi catching him with the right hand.
Simpson trying to block, but Choi is punching right through those defences.
Nicely blocked off from Choi. And again, making Simpson miss. Bit of blood from the nose here from Simpson. And Choi really has upped the tempo here. 41 years old, he doesn't look it. He's handling this pace.
That was the big right hand that's caused the nosebleed. It caught him flush in the face. It was a sickening punch.
And again, Simpson still struggling to land anything clean. Simpson on the ropes, gets off fast, knows he doesn't have to be there. Again, there's the switch downstairs from Choi. But here's the big question. It's been a fast start to this round from Choi. Can he keep it up? That's what they think he's going to struggle with in the Simpson camp, that he can't fight for 3 minutes.
He's just coming off a 12-rounder, Choi. Okay, he didn't win, but he's still fit enough and young enough to do the 12. Good work at the moment from Simpson.
Yeah, he threw an uppercut there. Both these fellas right into the uppercut. Looking to hold again, and that's pushed down.
See, I just think the problem is you're more impressed with what Choi's doing. When he lets his shots go, he seems to be in charge, whereas Simpson is fighting for his life at times.
Simpson just pulls him in. Don't need to do that with Choi. He'll be coming. And again, Choi doing a nice job covering up. Simpson on the attack. I'm not sure any of these punches are getting through. That right hand from Choi did get through. And then Simpson lands a right hand of his own.
The crowd are loving this. This is exactly what we expected and what we hoped for.
But Jim, the crowd are cheering every time Simpson throws. I'm not convinced that they're all landing. It's still Choi, for me, doing the cleaner work, but it's good stuff.
Well, Simpson's corner, no, it has to be using his skills a little bit more, get the jab off quicker, try to keep this at long range a bit more, but it's almost impossible.
Danny Lee, Simpson's trainer, was also saying get the uppercuts going. He threw one in that last round, it went straight through, and I think Choi is definitely susceptible to that. Let's see if Simpson will try and throw a few more uppercuts. Choi picks him off with a nice jab. And again, Choi doing a really nice job here of making Simpson miss. Starting to get through. That's a bit better for Simpson. But Choi coming after him again, but this is better.
Simpson's going to have to find a way to keep off these ropes. There's a kind of strut about the way Choi's going about his work here. Just dropping his hands, walking after Simpson. Good work there from Simpson.
It's better. He's picking his punches better here in this round. He's staying out of the way of the big howitzers from Choi. That was nice. Kept the tempo going. Choi did a nice job with the blocking of the punches upstairs, so he switched it to the body.
See, there's a quality in Simpson's work when he starts the punches. You know, they're precise, they're short, they're well delivered.
Got Choi there as well.
But can't discourage this fellow. Good little burst from Simpson. Got his boxing together at the moment.
Better again from Simpson. Much more of a controlled round this from the Scotsman.
I think Choi's putting all his banking onto the body shots. Good head shot from Choi there, but he knows he can hurt Simpson to the body.
Oh, and then he switches it upstairs, so Simpson doesn't know where it's coming from. It's a decent response, this from Choi. Simpson needs to get it re-established again, because Choi is turning up the heat here. Got a long right hand from Simpson. Has he got it all settled down again? It's so hard, though, because Choi just keeps up this phenomenal work rate.
This is such a tough round to score. Simpson with some real quality work for the first couple of minutes, and then Choi coming back the way he has done. Simpson needs to be out there, out in the centre of the ring. As soon as he touches the ropes, Choi is swarming all over him.
Simpson launching the big attack, but Choi covering up, blocking off again on the bell, but that'll give Simpson the feeling that he's building a bit of momentum here. Another tough round. That was a slow walk back to the stool. Tony Bellew is in the house. Well, he's in front of his TV screen. Says you've got to make Choi reach and chase. Right. You certainly don't want to be standing in front of Choi. Keep those tweets coming. That's a good point. Is Choi a type to run out of gas? Well, that's what a lot of experts reckoned. No signs of the gas tank hitting empty yet.
See, I think the way to box Choi is to make him miss with movement, make him hit fresh air. But if that's not your style, you can't ask Simpson to do that, and that's not really his style. He stands his grounds with a tight defence and likes to be in a position to counter. We're glad of that, because that's what's making this such a terrific spectacle. But boy, this is hard going for both men.
It really is, and you can't take your eyes off it, can you? We knew both of them was tough as old boots. They've proved that already. No wonder you could get such odds on a knockout or a stop or a referee stepping in. These fellas just go and go and go. That's why it was such a shock when Simpson went down so early against Lee Selby. That just doesn't happen, and it certainly doesn't happen to Choi either. These two fellas will be there at the end, unless something remarkable happens.
Yeah, I think if there's a stoppage here, it could probably come from exhaustion, because this is a tremendous pace they're setting. I mean, every second they're working. Oh, quality from Simpson, real quality.
Catching Choi in two minds there, keeping him at bay. Clever, intelligent stuff, this from Simpson. Better, more accurate too. Here comes Choi again. There's that left hook to the body again. Just misses with the big swinging left hook upstairs. Simpson can't relax for a second in there.
See, again, the problem. Simpson can't really force Choi onto the defensive with his punching power, but Choi seems able to do that the other way around. He just seems to be made of steel, Choi. Good work from Simpson this round, good defensive stuff, good straight, accurate punches, but can't keep the man away.
The blood continues to seep from the nose. Better again from Simpson, picking the better punches, the cleaner work coming from him.
This is a good round for Simpson so far, but you wonder how much is it taken out of the tank. I think it's just, this is going to come down to just natural strength and stamina, this. Because the action is brutal every second. Terrific, this has been great stuff. What a response from Simpson, but the body shot troubled him again there.
Yeah, I was going to say, he just landed a couple of doubled up the jabs, but then Choi came straight back at him again. And as encouraging as this has been the last round or two for Simpson, still Choi just keeps pouring forward.
Well, the couple of times that were on my card that Simpson has needed a big round, he's produced it, he's done it again here. Really, Choi hasn't really been able to produce much in this round. That's a credit to what Simpson has put into it. What a terrific fight this is.
It really is. Terrific stuff. We're all enjoying it. The audience here loving it as well. And just to our left, I can see Ed Robinson getting ready to talk to Alex Arthur. How are those guys seeing it, Ed?
Well, it's so intriguing, isn't it? Alex, how are you reading the fight?
Well, it's real ebb and flow just now, Ed. It's back and forth, you know. I think it's very, very level. I think that John Simpson is feeling confident, and I think he's going to come on strong in the later half of the fight.
He's taken a few body shots, though, John Simpson. Looks a little bit uncomfortable under pressure.
Yeah, I personally think you've got to have Choi backing up. You know, I think if you give him too much room and too much time to do what he likes to do, I think he becomes a very, very difficult fighter to fight against. I think if you've got him backing up, you know, you're taking away his confidence. He's an older guy. You're going to break him down gradually better over the rounds.
How are you scoring it at the moment?
I've got it dead level.
It's all to play for.
Yeah, it sure is.
Thanks, Alex. Back to you.
Yes, thanks, Ed. Hard to disagree with Alex there.
Yeah,
I
agree with that. Sorry, I agree with Alex. Scoring, I have it 57 points each. And it's right, I said earlier, it's a different fight for Simpson when he can stand his ground and push Choi back. But it's far easier said than done.
But the bottom line is, if John Simpson is level at the halfway point, he will be a happy man. Because certainly the feeling is the longer it goes, and there's confirmation of Jim's card, the longer it goes, the more Simpson should be able to assert his authority on this one. That's the theory.
And what's important in my card, Nick, just before it disappeared there, he's won the last 2 rounds on my card, and it's at a real tough time in the fight. Some fighters who didn't have the heart of John Simpson would have settled down, maybe held something in the tank for later, but Simpson's pulled it out because he knows he's got to do it. Really, 2 warriors, 2 total warriors we have here.
Absolutely right. If there was anything wrong with John Simpson, psychologically, Choi would have found him out. But, of course, we know from past experience there is nothing wrong with Simpson. He's so tough.
When I asked for a prediction before the fight, I thought that Simpson's class might be the difference between them. But so far, Choi has found an antidote to that class. But now we've reached the stage. Both boys must be feeling the pace, so now maybe tactics and skill maybe come into it a little bit more. Now there's time to get the quality punches off for Simpson.
Yeah, you get the feeling it's Choi that's got to find another level here. And can he do it? Simpson, for the first time in this fight, is starting to look a little bit confident. And just as Alex Arthur was saying, he's backing him up. There's that uppercut again. And when Choi's backing up, he's nowhere near as effective.
See, Choi's feeling the pace of what he's doing now. I think he's pot-shotting, trying to hurt Simpson with single shots. If he lands a good single shot, he'll pour it on. But he's definitely cut his work rate down a little bit. Simpson looking compact, using his skills now, getting the chance and getting the time to use them. Beautiful stuff.
And I tell you, the accuracy is there now for Simpson. It wasn't in the early rounds. Maybe that was something to do with the pressure that Choi was bringing. But Simpson is starting to look very composed, very accurate, and very assured. Choi still coming. But the work rate has dropped, Jim, significantly from Choi.
Do you know, it's amazing. I heard Victor Loughlin saying break there. And do you know what? There's hardly been a clinch. Just noticed that there. The action has been intense, head-to-head the whole way through, but no holding, no clinching. Terrific action, this.
You're as close to not needing a referee as you could ever have, I think. Good work again from Simpson. And this isn't looking too clever for Choi. This is starting to get away from him. And he's the one that's starting to blow hard, and he's getting picked off. Right on the belly was working the body again, and Simpson looked a bit annoyed with himself there. Choi does a little bit of showboating, but it's not been good for him.
Right? Go back downstairs with that body shot, right? Trap him now, all right, champ? Do you hear me, Choi? Trap him and let them hands go. You know what I mean? The hook's the key.
Well, the work rate has been a key for Choi. We thought it might drop off. Has it been dropping off? Simpson, we expected, would be maintaining and setting and maintaining a fast tempo, but Choi, you just get the sense, Jim, the more you see of it, the work rate is just dropping right off.
Yeah, well, I said way back as early as the second round that if Simpson can stand his ground and stop that march forward of Choi, it's a different fight. He's managed to do that for the last 3 rounds, not for the full 3 minutes, obviously, but for the majority of the time. And he swung things in his own favour, but it's taken a lot of character and a lot of energy to do it.
It really has. And Choi is not the kind of fella that's going to fold up the tent and go away quietly. Round 8. But it's Choi that you think has got to find something different. It was significant, I think, that Spencer Fearon was saying to him, work those body shots. It's his one chance.
And you know, it's quite possible that some of the snap has left Choi's punches as well. It's difficult to say because he throws them wide and wild. They still look powerful, but I wonder maybe if a little bit of the snap has left him, because he must be tiring what he's put into this.
Nice short right hand there from Simpson. Beautifully timed. Just the quality of Simpson's overall work really has picked up.
Well, that's sensible, Simpson. If you get a chance to take a little walk, a little 10-second breather, take it. If he's doing nothing, he's not scoring, then fight in little bursts again. It's good sense now that's required, as well as the courage and stamina that we've seen already. And Simpson's shown a bit. If you get a breather, take it.
Choi looking to attack the body again, doubling up with the left.
Two good shots from Choi. He's walking him down again.
This is a good little spell for him. His body shot softened Simpson up a little bit there, you know. And he followed up well, but can he keep the tempo high here? He's found his second wind here, Choi. And suddenly Simpson doesn't have this thing under control anymore.
Well, I was wondering, do his punches still have the same snap? He's answered it. They certainly do. Well, Simpson had the first minute. Choi's had a little blast at him. We're into the last minute of the round now. This is where it'll be won or lost on my card.
Again, Choi clever defensively, making Simpson miss here. That was spell it from Simpson. Choi chokes forward. I was about to say, look at the distance that Simpson's established, and then immediately Choi cutting down, backs him up. They both must be feeling this. It's been a draining fight. And there's a long, long way to go. Tough round to score. Simpson the fast start. Choi coming alive in the middle part, and then they more or less cancel each other out for the last minute of that one. Well, it sums up the fight. Whichever guy's got having a good little spell, it doesn't last for long.
Yeah, they both had good spells in that round, but probably in Simpson's spells the work was a little bit cleaner, more accurate. But such a tough round to score that one.
When he sets his feet, move. Keep him mobile. It's hard for him to throw shots, John, with power in them.
Paul Weir outside the ropes there saying when he sets his feet, move. Good advice.
Well, that was yet another round that showed us what this means to these guys. Everything they have, they're pouring into this. Just non-stop action, non-stop quality. It's been terrific.
And it is still very much all to play for. The first 8 rounds have flown by. We still have 4 to go. It has lived up to its billing. John Simpson from Greenock in the white with the red trim. Choi in the red and blue. It's a brave man who picks a winner from here. There have been times that Simpson looks like he's just about got it where he wants it, but Choi just keeps ruffling his feathers. Can Choi keep this work rate going? Simpson out of range again. Nice little left hand from Choi. Simpson came in. It's Choi's turn to miss.
Yeah, nice boxing there from Simpson. That little bit of class that he pulls out every now and again. Oh, this is good.
And can he keep it going? A real 10-second spell of pure quality from John Simpson. And then he's got Choi in his face again. That was nice. I love the way he switched the attack. That left hook to the body to finish.
You know, I'm just sitting here wondering where they're both finding the energy. Again, not a clinch in sight, working every second. This is good, a fight as I've seen it in a long time. Terrific.
A little telling off for Choi, who's arguing that Simpson was trying to hold him. Choi has a point.
Not a lot of effective work from Choi as yet in this round. So we can expect a little drive from him any time now, I would think.
Choi doesn't have too many supporters in the house, but in his entourage, Shinny Bayard, the other British-based Mongolian, former British flyweight champion, is in the corner.
Well, Simpson is using skill to get around in the bank so far here. Refused to get involved. A good round without just taking too much out of the tanks. Both still looking strong, but they must be feeling this phenomenal pace.
They really must, and Simpson deserves a bit of credit as well for not being drawn into the kind of tear-up that Choi would love to have here. Sticking to his boxing like that.
And just a little bit of class that he seems able to switch on now and again, Simpson.
That's the sense yet again that Simpson is beginning to assert a bit of class on this one, but every time you think that, Choi has come back with some kind of answer. You just have to admire these guys. What an appetizer for our main event this is proving to be. There's Jose Gonzales in Puerto Rico. His big chance coming up at the conclusion of this one. And he challenges Ricky Burns for the WBO lightweight title. Burns an overwhelming favourite, but Gonzales comes in with 17 knockouts in 22 fights.
Yeah, I'm just remembering, like, Bradis Prescott come over unknown with 17 knockouts, and the first time I saw him in the dressing room, I started worrying about Amir Khan. And that little flash I had of Gonzales there, he looks as though he knows what he's doing. But back to this one. Is this not just tremendous? Every second.
Round 10. Two weary battlers here that have a lot of respect for each other. I'm sure they had that before they started this one. Anybody in British boxing knows the story of these two. Real grafters.
Well, Choi unusually trying to box in behind a jab. Usually he's been swarming his way in. So a little change in tactics from him as well.
Choi making Simpson miss with the right hand, and again. Is that a sign of tiredness from Simpson? That was a weary looking long right that missed by a mile. He's going to have to dig deep again. Very positive start to this round from Choi. Not seeing much from Simpson yet. Backing up, trying to stay out of trouble. Choi all over him. And again, Simpson being made to miss. The body shot again, the left hook downstairs from Choi. Simpson backed up on the ropes, trying to keep him at bay. Again missing. Good spell this for Choi.
Yeah, Choi's putting a little bit more thought into what he's doing at the moment, just taking his time. Using the left hand to get himself close. Simpson reaching with his punches. Little change in the plot here from Choi.
Oh, can Choi keep his foot down? He's enjoyed the first half of this round. Can he keep it going though? At 41. And the pace inevitably has slowed. He put a lot into that first minute or so. Can Simpson now find something in response himself as the tempo's dropped? Well, there's not an awful lot coming from the Greenock man. Does he spot an opening here? Well, if there was a chance, it's gone already.
I think Simpson thought he hurt Choi there, but I didn't see that. But he obviously felt something had occurred. But you know, sometimes in a fight like this, when the other guy gives you a little kind of half-pace round, you're glad to take it. And I wonder if that's the case with Simpson. You know, he hasn't tried to drive. He's maybe just been slightly outboxed in this round, but he's not doing too much about it. I hope he doesn't feel he has a lot in the tank. Sorry, a lot on the scorecards in his favour, because this has to be close.
And again, missing. But he has got the Mongolian backed up. Only for a moment. Back comes Choi again. Tough to make a case for Simpson winning this round. There's all to play for here. Absolutely terrific stuff. Let's go back to Ed Robinson with Alex Arthur.
Well, Alex, how are you scoring it now?
Well, I feel that John's starting to pull away now, Ed. I think he's a couple of rounds up. You know, he had a really few good rounds back to back. Round 8, 9 and then 10. He never started so well there, but he started to pull away now. He won that round in the end.
He's taken your advice a little bit and he's trying to push Choi backwards at times.
Yeah, I thought that was important. I thought he really had to do that towards the latter part of the fight. Really really make Choi feel his age and really put the pressure on him. You know, I always thought that would take it away from him in the end.
Who do you think is feeling the pace more at this point?
I think definitely Choi now. You know, it looks like he's slowing up considerably. John seems to be getting a little bit stronger now, which is a great sign.
Thank you.
Well, let's see who is the stronger man over these last two rounds, because that's what this could come down to.
And I tell you what might be significant. They've both been in real battles, but I think Simpson's been in more long 12-round battles than Choi has. So he's maybe been in this position, in this situation more often. You see, I have him 2 points up. I thought Choi won the previous round. So maybe Simpson just keeping a little bit in the tank for a strong finish, but he's been here so often in the past. And let's remember, Simpson has lost so many close fights. The verdict's gotten against him, so he knows you can't leave anything to chance.
You're absolutely right, all the way back to Dazo Williams in 2004, when a lot of people thought Simpson won it, but Williams got the verdict in his hometown twice against Stephen Smith. Paul Appleby as well. But he knows how to pace himself for 12 rounds, and this is better from him again here in round 11. Some good work with the left hand, but here comes Choi once again, charging him down. The pace has dipped again from Choi, and that helps Simpson, although again he struggles to land anything clean. Done a really nice job overall defensively. Choi slipped a lot of punches.
The Simpson so far in this round, he's exchanging out in the centre of the ring. That's where he has to be. You need that little escape route when it's required. Not the same intensity maybe of the previous rounds.
But as you say, Jim, they must be absolutely out on their feet, both of them.
Yeah, you can see Choi sucking in the oxygen there with his mouth open.
But whatever the result, at 41 years old, how can Choi set a tempo like this through 12 rounds? It is phenomenal, whatever happens.
He's been tremendous. Simpson still accurate with the little short, jolting punches. Yet another tough round to score, but we still have the 3/4 of a minute. But up to now, Simpson's work a little bit cleaner.
Definitely, Choi needs a big grandstand finish here to catch the eye. Hasn't really impressed here in this 11th. There's the switch downstairs again. I think Simpson has weathered that particular storm. That midsection has been tested, and Choi cannot crack it. Long right hand from Simpson. This is a round the Scot needed. And he's finishing it on top as well.
Yeah, I'm just amazed at the character that both men have shown tonight. The desire, the will to win. Another terrific round.
Absolutely phenomenal effort from both of them.
Last one, sir. It's a big one. It's a big one here. Hold your concentration. That's one change your life, son. Hold your concentration.
Your box to plan.
Having boxing, bro. Long, medium, long, medium.
Sit your head back, John. Sit your head back. Sit your head back. Come on.
Well, they're happy and they're relaxed. They feel it's gone according to plan in this corner.
Okay. Okay. Nice and sharp. Hold your concentration, John.
Just concentrate, and this title will be yours. And the possibility that's been dangled out there may be of a world title fight for him. Now, what about this corner?
On him. All right? On him. Bounce. Go. Bounce.
You just get the sense that they feel that maybe this one slipped away from them. But what a scrap it's been. And if there's two boxers deserve a standing ovation in 3 minutes' time, it's these two. This has been terrific. It's lived up to the hype. The last round. Can Choi yet find something special here? Can Simpson maintain that concentration, hold him off, and just get what would be a hard-fought victory? He's been pushed all the way. Just don't think Choi's got another gear left, Jim, and I hate to say that because I'm just so full of admiration for what he has done tonight, but I think he's lacking that sprint finish. He's just not there for him.
Yeah, well, in the early rounds when he was able to boss the action and bully Simpson a little bit just with the sheer strength and volume, he hasn't been able to do that in the second half of the fight. But there still have been so many close rounds.
Yeah, it's been a hell of an effort, this, from Choi, but a great effort too from John Simpson, who's been asked some really tough questions and has handled the situation very well indeed. And Choi, this is not where he needs to be. With a minute and a half left, he comes off the ropes. That's a slip. That's a slip. He did land the body shot as well just before he went down. Victor Loughlin saw that at the back of the hall. They thought Simpson had put him down. But Choi, well, has he found something extra yet again?
And the body shots again. He needed those earlier, Nick. He needed those body shots earlier.
Well, inside the last minute. What a shame, because we could watch this all night. Simpson backed up again. There's a body shot followed up by the uppercut, but I think Simpson is still looking strong and composed and within himself here. Another body shot comes in, but as you say, Jim, a little bit late in the day now.
But still, Choi giving it every last ounce. Again, taking the play away from Simpson, bossing it. He must feel this is close. He's still in with a shout. I have him struggling.
It's the kind
huge effort in the last round.
Absolutely. I was about to say, Jim, it's the kind of fight you cannot give a word of criticism to either man. They've given it everything they've got. A real good battle, this.
There's a good left hook there from Choi. Terrific.
You can't top that. You just cannot top that for effort and desire. Absolutely fabulous stuff. And I'm sure if they put that one on again, anywhere in the UK, it would sell out. Being cheered around the place. That's what they're booing.
Yeah, I think the fans, everyone here, myself included, would love to see that again. I would imagine John Simpson getting a win like that. He'll maybe want to move on. Time's running out. He'll maybe want to see if Matchroom can get him something better.
But look at the stats. Look at the stats. They say Choi has outpunched Simpson.
Yeah, well, I have Simpson a couple of points up.
And I would
you
agree.
have to take quality into it as well. His defence was tight at all times. He did the right thing at the right time so often. I have there a couple of points to Simpson, 115, 113. But how I see it doesn't matter.
No, Alex Arthur was similar. I think everybody had it pretty much a coin toss at the halfway point, but the quality came from Simpson at the back end of that fight. But that takes nothing away from Choi.
Yeah, there you see my card there. Choi just pouring every last ounce he had and nicking the last round on my card. But terrific, and every single one of those rounds was full of excitement and drama.
Three judges: Steve Gray, Terry O'Connor, Kenny Pringle. How do they see this one?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of championship boxing, referee Victor Loughlin has insisted you show your appreciation for two very, very game boxers that gave their all. And now, the judges' scores. Terry O'Connor scores the contest 116-112. Steve Gray, 117-112. Kenny Pringle, 116-113. All three judges are in favour of the winner and the new WBC International Super Flyweight Champion from Scotland, John Simpson.
Got the belt a bit early there, didn't he? He knew he'd won it before John McDonald had announced it, but John Simpson, drink in the moment, enjoy every minute of that, because 5,000 people have packed into the arena. He poses for the cameras, and richly deserved victory for John Simpson after a great fight. Choi deserves his credit as well, 41 years of age, and putting in a great performance. Will it be a great performance from that man waiting in the wings? Ricky Burns. After the frustration of the last 6 months, Ricky Burns defending his WBO lightweight crown against undefeated #1 contender, Puerto Rico's Jose Chelo Gonzales, who's knocked out 17 of 22. It's not the easy option, it's a mandatory challenger. Burns will know it has the potential to be a very, very difficult night's work. It's a difficult night's work for John Simpson, but he came out on top. He's talking to Ed.
John, congratulations on a very exciting win. How gruelling and how hard was that for you in there?
That was very tough, Choi. He's never been stopped, so I knew it was going to go the distance, but I hung in there. I tired in the middle rounds, but I'm tough myself, so I hung in and obviously I get the decision, so I'm very happy. I'd just like to thank Eddie for getting us on the show as well.
Did you feel some body shots early?
I did. I think the third round they caught us with a body shot and then won the fifth or something, but I says I'm tough, so I hung in there, you know.
What does that win mean for your career?
Well, if I get beat, there was nowhere I could have got a went, so I'm still in the game, you know, and I'm happy because I love boxing, you know. Sometimes it's not enough fights, but hopefully with Eddie I get on a wee bit more, you know.
The fans loved it. Would you entertain the idea of a rematch?
I would fight anybody, you know. Everybody's avoiding Choi. I mean, he only fights his gettings in the prize fight in that last world title fight, so I'm the only one that fought him, you know. And obviously I won, so I'm very happy, you know.
Promoter Eddie Hearn, would you like to promote a rematch?
No, listen, I think he won the fight. I think it was a little bit closer than the judges had it, to be honest, but I thought he deserved the win. And a fair play to John, you know. Like he said, no one wants to fight Choi. Credit to both men, two warriors, great fight. Now for the big one.
Well done, both of you.
John Simpson, go back in the ring and take a bow. You deserve it after that performance. Glenn, did you have it as wide as the judges had it?
I did not have it closer than that. I think they didn't quite give justice to the great performance that Choi had put in. You know, it takes two to make a great fight, and they both played their part in it. I had it just by 1 point to Simpson, but I thought he did enough when he had to get the points in the bag, and it was a very educated performance. Great from Choi early on, but Simpson came out the rightful winner.
Someone tweeting there they felt exhausted, they hadn't left the sofa. It was that sort of fight, wasn't it?